And on this episode of Just Pissing Away Money, we have this from First Curiosity. Frankenstein debuts to 29.1 million views on Netflix in its first 3 days on Netflix. Wow. That is a huge number. I don't understand Netflix. I don't understand most streaming services at this point. Because if I was doing this, I would have put Frankenstein in theaters for longer than a week. I have only heard good, not just good, great things about this movie. But Netflix, for some reason, in their infinite wisdom, decide to say, let's make one of the best movies of the year and not try to make a killing on it. Unbelievable. The budget for this movie is $120 million. It made, in a few days, only $422,000. Obviously, that would be an absolute monumental flop. But if it was in theaters and the 29.1 million people saw it in theaters with average movie ticket prices in mind, it would have made over $334 million. Now, Netflix, I don't understand how their money system works, because they've been in business for a very long time. They are putting out all these movies that cost hundreds of millions of dollars, and somehow they still have not gone under yet. So they are definitely making a killing on ads and whatnot. But $334 million, did they make that back with their ad revenue? I don't know, and I don't think so. Movie theaters are not dead, folks. Okay, I had that ideology a couple years ago, like, oh, there's nothing in the theaters, no one wants to see anything. The Fantastic Four, First Steps, it did not, well, it's kind of hard to tell if it flopped in the box office or underperformed. Either way, it did not make $1 billion. Obviously, marketing, stuff like that, though. I'm of the opinion that it flopped. Did I like it? I thought it was an okay movie. I waited till it was on Disney Plus to watch it. I didn't need to see it in theaters. It made almost $500 million. If the budget was like $100 million, this thing would have made an absolute killing. Budgets are the only thing that's making all these Disney products flop these days. People are still going to the theaters. People are still seeing movies like Snow White with Rachel Zegler, the most unlikable actress of all human history right now. More people showed up to see Rachel Zegler's movie that looked terrible than go to support Sydney Sweeney's latest movie. I got a video I'm compiling about that. I think that is one of the biggest phenomenons that I cannot possibly explain here. The amount of anger people show online when you mention that her movies aren't doing well, it is insane. And my phone has over 100 screenshots of some of the most ridiculous theories and ridiculous coping and angriest things you would ever see someone say. It's going to be a hell of it. It's going to take me a long time to finish that one, but it's going to be, it's coming, folks. It's coming. But back to this with the Fantastic Four and other movies that just came out, like the Captain America 4 and Thunderbolts, all either flopped or underperformed. Superman as well, either flopped or underperformed in the box office. If the budgets were like $150 million less, those things would have made a killing. Frankenstein's budget was $120. So we have to obviously double that, $240, plus marketing, whatever that would be. Let's tack on another $20, $30 million. It would have still made a profit. And that's just 29 million viewers in 3 days. I don't understand why Netflix doesn't just say, okay, we're making a Netflix original movie. Let's put it in the theaters for a month. And then afterwards, just like Disney Plus, let it go away for a little bit. Let it go to Amazon or all the video-on-demand services, and then put it on your streaming service afterwards. Yes, I understand we have this mentality that I want everything right now. But I, for one, especially with Disney movies, have no reason to go to the theaters ever again. I can just wait a couple of months, and everything that I want to see that's in theaters is at the comfort of my home for no extra cost whatsoever. Is that why Netflix keeps raising their prices all the time? They're doing it because they want to fund giant epic movies like this. Again, Frankenstein, have not seen it yet. I might actually get Netflix just to watch this thing. I have heard nothing but not just great, fantastic things about this movie. And you couldn't put it in theaters for longer than a week or something? That's insane to me. And yet at the same time, Netflix is going to raise their prices, quarterly at this point? They every time I look online, they're mean about Netflix is raising its prices again. Yeah. Because of things like this. And I don't know if you've ever seen this movie. It's a Netflix movie. It's called The Adam Project. I always remember when I had Netflix, and I remember getting those emails saying, hey, we're going to raise our prices because we want to make sure we have enough money to give you the highest quality products we could possibly imagine. I remember when The Adam Project came out on Netflix, that was a justifiable movie that I could understand. If you're going to make the same type of movies like that with the same care and dedication and give me such an emotional impact while watching it, I could understand you raising your prices. Frankenstein, again, heard nothing but great, fantastic things about it. I could understand if every single thing you guys did was that. But it's not. Netflix has thousands of movies and shows that were terrible. Netflix originals that just bottomed out, one season crashes, no one wanted to see it. Then they want to put all this other stuff on there that's going to get them completely boycotted and their stock's going to drop down. And then what? Then they're going to raise the prices again and screw over the customers. Netflix, you don't have to do this. This movie cost $120 million to make. It looks awesome. You could have maybe lowered the budget by a good $20-30 million. And $330 million box office take if every single person paid for a movie ticket, you'd be swimming in more money than you could possibly imagine. But no. Greed is the problem here. Greed is a thing that's killing these companies. Greed is a thing that's making people say, you know what, I'll just pirate it. I don't understand how Netflix is in business anymore because of things like this. And if this is going to be what they are going to do going forward, and again, their prices aren't astronomical, okay? But one day they're probably going to get to a point where, do I really want to spend $50 a month so I can scroll for an hour and then just watch the same thing over and over again? The Stranger Things budget is idiotic. Honestly, I actually forgot Stranger Things was even on. I honestly forgot that Stranger Things, they didn't finish their series by now. I forgot whatever the last season was. I watched that and then just assumed they made another one the next year and that was it. But no. They are going to spend a gargantuan amount of money on this thing. And I did hear they're going to try to put it in theaters, some of these episodes, which sounds like a cool idea. But why don't you just put more things in theaters? Even if it's like one of those, because my theater has that, where every now and then it's like, okay, The Mummy's going to come back in theaters, Jaws is going to come back in theaters, we saw Trains, Planes, and Automobiles in theaters. Just put it in theaters. On a slow month or something. Put The Adam Project back in there. Put on a lot of your originals that were great. And then you could at least make something from it. I don't know. I don't think they'll do that. I think what Netflix is doing now, they're making money, so maybe they don't see a reason to change, but guys, $120 million for this movie, you could have lost a couple tens of millions of dollars on the budget, and you still probably would have had around the same type of movie. I don't think $30 million was the make or break of this thing. I think they could have cut corners a little bit here and there, maybe hired some, cheaper actors and actresses for the rest of the cast. Is Mia Goth really bringing in people? I don't really know. I kind of see her in some things yeah, she's okay, but I really don't like actresses that they're just known for screaming or just being completely unhinged, deranged. But I don't know. I've heard good things about it, but still, did you need to get her? Could you have gotten someone for a little bit cheaper if it was, okay, we're going to lower this budget, put it in theaters, and possibly make $100 million back in profit? But I don't know. If they put this thing in theaters and they kept it out for a while and it made this much money back, I don't know. I think that would have changed Netflix forever. Make an original movie, pop it in theaters. We can go to the theaters to see it. It's always a fun experience seeing the movies in theaters. And then a couple months later, after it's been on Amazon on video on demand services, all stuff like that, then you pop it back on Netflix, and then you make a killing in ad revenue. But in the end, what do you guys think about that?
Who has my heart? I don't even know. I followed you freely, now doubt starts to grow. You speak of a kingdom I still cannot see. So tell me, my rabbi, what's left here for me?